The GEICO Motorcycle AMA Pro Road Racing Championship made a stop in Elkart Lake, Wisconsin recently. You're looking at National Guard Superbike highlights, race number 1 on Saturday. When the hammer dropped, number 36 Martin Cardenas got away with number 1 Josh Hayes in tow, and number 2, the championship points leader Josh Herrin, in third spot. By the time they got to turn 3, Hayes was having none of Martin leading, and boom! Oh! A little bumping and grinding sent the 36 back to third spot. As for the points leader Josh Herrin, he was in a good position to hold on to that points lead until a miscue. He ran off the track. The good news is he saved it and was able to recover. But he had a lot of work to do to climb back up into that points chase. Here, passing number 11, that's Chris Fillmore on the KTM HMC Racing KTM Superbike. But it was all Hayes out front. He would take the checkered flag, his 4th in a row. Elkart Lake, his team celebrating. And how about the battle for third place? The final spot on the podium went to Roger Hayden on the National Guard Suzuki. Larry Pegram on that Foremost Insurance Pegram Racing Yamaha just couldn't keep Roger close. So it's all about Hayes on this day. The leaderboard shows Hayes, Cardenas, Hayden. Back there in 5th spot, Danny Eslick, with Josh Herrin recovering to 6th. May, Anthony Fillmore, and West rounding out the top 10. Moving on to Sunday, race number 2 of the National Guard Superbike Series. It looked much like race number 1 in terms of the start because Martin Cardenas got the whole shot again, but this time in 2nd spot goes Herrin with Josh Hayes in 3rd. The question was, did Martin make enough adjustments to the motorcycle with his Yoshimura Suzuki Factory Racing crew, and were they going to be able to hold it? Well, this time Hayes gets in the slipstream early on in the race and is able to make his way by Martin. Now, Hayes started to chip away at Martin, taking about 2.5 seconds away from him, but Martin, late in the race, was able to claw Hayes back in. More on that in a minute. Unfortunately for the 99 of Jeff May on that Team Hero bike, he made a mistake, fell off the motorcycle, and a big crash into the wall for that EDR. May was okay. This is the battle for 11th place between 18 Chris Ulrich on that M4 Broaster Chicken Honda and Jason Farrell on the 86. That's the Farrell Performance US Chrome Kawasaki. Now, Farrell finished 6th in this event last year, but Ulrich on that CBR 1000RR was putting up quite a fight. Eventually, 11th place went to Jason Farrell. But it was all Josh Hayes on this day as he walked away from Martin by only 0.8 of a second, but was able to score the victory, his 5th in a row at Elkart Lake. So Herrin recovers to 3rd, but loses the championship lead. David Anthony, Chris Fillmore move up. Aaron Yates into the top 10. Well done for him. Now here's the points. Josh Herrin's now 13 back from Martin. Hayes in 4th spot, gaining ground rapidly. Now, if you're interested in the AMA Pro Superbike Series, you can tune in to CBS Sports Network on June 22nd at 2:30 will be a pre-race show. Superbikes at 4, both Saturday and Sunday. Keep in mind that CBS Sports Network, not big CBS Sports. Now, we had a chance to talk with Josh Hayes about his weekend via Skype, and here's what he had to say.
All in all, Road America was a pretty incredible weekend. After Daytona, having the weekend that I had where I rode really well but had 2 mechanicals, even though it probably shouldn't, it definitely just inside within, it gave me a lot of doubt. And so it's funny that on Saturday when we were starting the race, how nervous I was, that I was just almost in a panic situation of, oh my God, I have to win a race before the year's over. So I was feeling quite a bit of pressure just internally. And to get out there and ride a strong race on the first day was good. And Sunday morning, the warm-up was a little dodgy. It was really cold, by far the coldest temperatures we had seen. I went out and figured it out, had a strong warm-up, felt really good for the race, and the skies opened up just in time for us to get our Superbike race on. And another good weekend, another good race, and it was a little different. I think Martin is going to be a little bit of a different animal to race as the year goes on than what I have been racing the last couple of years. There are some strengths that he has similar to Blake and Josh and the guys I've raced with before, but probably the biggest one was, when we were riding our hardest early in the race, I was able to ride away from him a little bit and then kind of settle down. But as soon as I settled down, it's weird that he was able to kind of start over and find another second a lap almost and start increasing his speed at that time. So that's something I'm going to have to figure out how to race against, because it's hard to change your rhythm.